DC's mayor has a message for criminals. You're going to be on camera and you're going to get caught. Starting next month, DC Police is going to launch a real-time crime center charged with keeping an eye on the city's cameras, and they're going to be watching live. It's a partnership with 9 local and federal police agencies.
Delia Gonsalves was at today's announcement. And Delia, you told us at 4 that they insist no officers will be taken off the street patrols to staff the center. But, still a lot of questions here about how this comes together, how it all works.
Yeah, and you can trust with a room full of reporters. We had plenty of questions about how is this going to work? What are the details? They said this was just an announcement of the partnership. They'll get to the details later. So we still don't know how much this is going to cost, who will foot the bill. But here's what we do know. The city's 300+ cameras will be monitored 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The mayor with a message for would-be criminals in D.C.
You're going to be on camera and you're going to get caught.
And now in real time. No recline rooms.
But they will be here 24 hours. They will.
The mayor toured the new home of DC's real-time crime center. Come January, officers from 9 federal and local police agencies, including Secret Service, Amtrak, and Metro Police, will be watching each of the city's 300+ cameras 24/7. The mayor hopes to double the number of cameras in 2 years. Chief Pamela Smith says oftentimes criminals cross borders.
When that call comes in, having a person or whether it's a sworn officer or a professional staff member sitting in that space or a criminal analyst, we can track that vehicle in real time, and it's a quicker response time than what we currently have right now.
But the ACLU calls it an alarming expansion of government surveillance in a statement saying, quote, unchecked government surveillance does not improve public safety and it threatens the rights of all community members.
But it certainly is something that we will work with our legal team.
We have to have more technology to balance off not having the number of people resources that we have had in past years. So no camera will replace a live police officer, but it does enhance the force's ability to be in more places.
The chief says the center will also clear up confusion and miscommunication issues between jurisdictions, as in the case of a 16-year-old Fairfax teenager who was tipped off by police that he was wanted for a D.C. homicide a full week before MPD even had an arrest warrant. Prosecutors allege he used that week to get rid of evidence. The chief says her officer's actions informing Fairfax too early are under investigation.
There's some things that we need to do better on our end. Obviously, we will do that. Clearly, having the real time, having personnel from other agencies in that space will certainly help us if there are those disparities that you.
So the mayor hopes to convince business owners next to allow their cameras to be monitored by police in real time as well. And so, Simone, Adam, we talked about the ACLU and their concerns with the monitoring of these cameras. Certainly, if the mayor is going to reach out to business owners, we're talking about doubling what we already have. It's going to be a lot of cameras around the city.
So that's the interesting question, that there are folks who are fine with the cameras being there, being watched after the fact, but who also have a problem now with them being watched live potentially. So why did they draw the distinction?
Well, because the questions are, what behaviors are you looking for? And what triggers a response from police? So are you looking for just potentially suspicious activity in a community or in a neighborhood? Are folks just gathering or loitering? Everything, you can't really tell the whole story on camera oftentimes. And so they're not saying it's going to replace the police in the community, but the ACLU does have questions about what are we exactly looking for and what will trigger that response.
Well, and quickly, just to pivot something from your story, we were talking a little bit about, look, someone's going to be not only watching the camera in theory, but there will also be someone who could potentially react to whatever is happening and then get police to you quicker or something. So what will this do for safety? Will it improve the district's problems?
The mayor's pretty confident. I mean, she says with everything that we have in the federal partnerships, she hopes that the numbers in regards to our crime rankings that will improve by the end of the year. And so certainly they said they're not going to pull any officers from the street. And so you would hope the partnership would involve people on the street, people inside monitoring those cameras, and a faster response time. That's what they're hoping.
If there's one thing to be said here, it's that they're doing something, which is what everyone's been asking for. So Delia, thank you.